It's time for the Straight Up Wrestling Show.
What's up, everybody? This is HBT Harry Bernard Taylor with my man Christopher Burton.
People's Podcast. What's going on, y'all?
And we're coming to you live, man. We're coming to you live, and I'm sure everybody knows what we're going to be talking about. I did put it up there in the description, and it's in the description box. So we're about to talk about Vincent K. McMahon, Chris, and his impending return to what he knows best, wrestling.
Man,
and
look.
We got new allegations from two women, sexual assault. One says she got raped in a limousine, and the other one says she got raped, I think, at a hotel or whatever. She was sexually assaulted at a hotel. And so one of them is a former referee named Rita, I think Rita Charlatan. What's up, Jeff Samuel?
What's going on, Jeff?
Yeah, so Chris, look, man, it's some serious business going on here. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up one of the articles. I don't know, you might have it in front of you if you want to go ahead and read something. If not, like I say, I'll bring up something and probably go over a little bit, but that's what I saw. That's what I've seen. I saw podcasters on earlier today. People was talking about it. So, man, this right here opens up a whole new
can of worms, basically what it does, man.
Yeah, basically that's what I was gonna say, but I'm trying to say it in a different way.
No, it's a can of worms, man. Just call it what it is, man. Jeff Samuel said.
But Jeff, we coming back. We're gonna do NXT too, brother. We're gonna do NXT too. But we're just gonna switch it and we're gonna switch it over. But yeah, we definitely gonna do that one.
But man, yeah, this is a mess, man, because he's basically wanting to just it's a power move, man. I mean, let's just face it.
Oh, no doubt.
It's a straight up power move. I mean, granted, they always say once you're in this business, it's hard to leave. And it takes me back to what he said some years ago when he brought in the NWO. Because some storyline was getting out of control, whatever. And he was like, this is my creation, I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna put a cancer in my organization, I'm gonna kill it. And he brought back the NWO. He basically wants to kill his organization, man. He's letting people know I run this. I don't care what nobody say, who I put in front of the camera, who I say I put in place. I run this. He's the ultimate puppet master, man.
Well, look, Chris. He didn't start WWE, but
you see what I'm saying, though, man.
Yeah, I see exactly what you're saying. And look, I don't know if he wants to ruin it or whatever, but he wants to go out on his own terms. And look, I can understand that anybody that builds a business or whatever wants to go out on their own terms. But you know, the really smart people that's been in the world has always left something for their children or their children's children, and or left something great for the person that their right hand. If they didn't have children or they didn't have a family they wanted to leave it to, if they left it to their right hand man or people that worked for them for years, and that company continued on to be something successful, something great. But we don't know if Vince McMahon is wanting to come back to destroy it or continue his legacy and continue to build. Now, the way I see it is, I'm thinking that maybe he took, he's got put out for what, 4 or 5 months, 3 months. How long was it? He's been out for what, 5 months?
Yeah, about 3 or 4 months, maybe 5.
Yeah, something like that. Now he was put out, and when he was put out, everybody was talking bad about his company, about wrestling in general, and maybe he had time to sit back and get a new perspective and look at it from a different point of view, and he wants to come back and redeem himself and bring it up to another level. I don't know. I have no idea, but man, I will be shocked if these new allegations will be able to hold him from doing what he wants to do.
Man, like I said, this is a power move, man. I mean,
Oh,
Think
no
about it.
doubt. What's up,
Think about
Jacoby?
it. What's up, Jacoby, and what's up, Chris? Hey, man, think
What's up,
about this,
Chris?
man. Think about this. Okay, you run a company, right?
Right.
Some things happen to you. I'm your right hand man. You be like, Chris, I'm gonna trust you. I got to step down. I got to handle this business. Some things that came out. All right, you the man until all this gets straight. I'm going, and then it hits the fan. You're like, okay, I'm gonna ultimately have to step down. I'm gonna have to step down.
Right.
You got it, Chris. You know what to do. You've been with me long enough. You got it. So, Randy Carpenter, what's up, man? He said, what are the allegations? He didn't see them.
All right, Randy, what's up?
Basically, man, a lady says she got sexually assaulted or raped in a
Limousine. Rita Charlatan, ex WWE referee, and it was a lady in a hotel. She got sexually assaulted in a hotel. Yeah. So
two new allegations. So
right.
So Harry, so think about this now. Like I said, you running this, man. You step down, you handle your business. I got this thing, and I already had a vision in my head. If I ever get this company, how I want to run it, and I want to do it this way, I'm gonna do it that way. Okay, I see people that whatever done left. I'm gonna try to get them back, and I'm gonna sell them on things that yeah, Chris, I saw that, man. Things are better and everything, and it ain't what it used to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
wow.
So I'm selling these people a dream. They be like, man, it really worked, man. I'm coming back. What do I sign? I'm coming back. I'm getting all these people back here, and I'm making the product better, and I'm doing stuff, and I'm making things happen, and things are starting to change. And guess what, Harry? All of a sudden, you be like, in the back of your mind, you be like, man, okay, things are cleared up. Hey guys, I took some bad advice while I'm gone, but guess what? It's my company still. I'm coming back. And you gonna go back to what you did, and I ain't got all these people that came back that you fired or left because of you. Now you coming back in the picture, they're gonna be like, damn, Chris, you said he wasn't coming back, man, but he talking about he coming back, man. And my relationship with him and our relationship with him and this, that, and the third, Chris. And I'm gonna be looking like Boo Boo the Fool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
You put me in a bad way, and then talent I done told that you weren't coming back because of issues that you might have had with them or vice versa, how they felt about you. That's done and over with, but yet still hear you putting in the public, hey guys, I'm coming back.
Yeah. Well, he always had his hand on the post, Chris. He always had a foot in the door. He wasn't all the way out. So I mean, even Stephanie, and she kept saying that he was still involved with the day-to-day operations. So man, I'm not shocked that he's coming back. Well, I am shocked that he's coming back this soon. I mean, look, I was hoping he'd just ride off into the sunset, enjoy his retirement. But man, the man wasn't ready to retire. He pretty much, like he said, I do believe he took some advice. I'm not going to say it was bad advice because it was good for WWE to go into a different direction.
Yes.
So I wouldn't say that he took bad advice. It's just that he was being advised to step away.
Yeah, and he thinks that was bad advice. That's what he thought was bad advice, for him to step away. But it was smart advice because you're going through all these allegations and you don't want your company to look really bad. But
no, you don't.
But unfortunately, it did look bad because it came out. So, I mean, God almighty.
No, it's not good, man. Let's go back. Jacoby wanted me to look at his what he said. All right. All right. So Jacoby Peter said after my man Jeff Samuel said when NXT start, we watch. No doubt, Jeff.
Yeah.
All right. Jacoby Peter says, "Sup, Chris and Harry. Vince might be coming back to save AEW."
Yo, right.
Yeah. Hey, it definitely will help AEW if he comes back. I hate to say it, but it will. Because think about how many people are gonna jet back over to AEW, Chris, and they're gonna be saying WWE. That's all it is to it. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of people went over to AEW was at AEW who came back and started watching WWE again. because Triple H
and Vince
running
go over, and if Vince does come back, they gone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. 2022 has been crazy. Tony told Vince, "I pay you to save my company." What?
No.
Whoa. All right. Chris Williams says, "Sup, Chris and Harry? You here today? Juice Crew member Granddaddy IU passed, man. Wow.
I
Look,
didn't
man,
heard about
this
that,
death
man.
thing is killing me. Man, Mike Leach passed away today. Mississippi State, Mississippi State's coach, former coach of Texas Tech, and who else? I think he coached Washington State. He passed today. I mean, so it just wow. It just flat out crazy, man. It's so many people passing away within the last 2 years. It just it's mind boggling, man. Prayers for both of their families. To Granddaddy IU and Mike Leach's family. Definitely prayers to both of them. Facebook user, who's the Facebook user, Chris? What are the new allegations? I didn't see them. Is that Randy?
That was Randy. Yeah, that was Randy.
Okay, Randy. Chris. Yeah, he just told you. And yeah, Chris Williams. You see my comment. All right, Jacoby Peter said agreed. Chris. Jacoby Peter. Tony Khan is happy on Twitter watching this. He gained. He's gonna save my company. Oh, so Tony Khan said that? Wow.
Because all them viewers gonna come back over. All them viewers are gonna come back over. If Vince comes back on TV, be like, I'm back in control. Oh my Lord, boy.
But again, that leads to some more things we need to talk about as far as, hey, we don't know how Vince is gonna come back. We don't know if he's gonna come back, and he's look, everybody suffers burnout. Every writer that I've ever known, as far as in music, TV writers, movie, Steven Spielberg, Stephen King, everybody, man, that's been famous out here writing in some kind of artistic way have suffered burnout. He could, after all the years that he was successful, could have been burnt out. He might be refreshed. You never know. He can come in with a whole new game plan, hold a lot of new ideas, and just blow everybody away. Because when he was in there running that thing day by day, he was bombarded.
Hold that thought, man.
Go ahead.
I just saw an article, man. Guess what's coming on for 2 hours on Vice?
On Vice? Ring of Honor?
That 2-hour documentary, The 9 Lives of Vince McMahon.
Today?
Yes.
At what time?
Hold on. Let me see. 9 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, it comes
and
on in the middle of NXT.
Yep, and then replays midnight and then 3 a.m. Eastern.
Okay. Wow.
And how ironic is this? That this is going to come on tonight, and then Vince McMahon talking about coming back.
Look, Vince McMahon might be doing this, man, to get ahead of it. Look, go back to work. He's getting ahead of it. And who knows?
Something smell kind of fishy, man. I don't know.
Hey, look. If he knew this thing coming out, put all the attention on him, Chris. All the attention goes to him. So this might be a brilliant move by McMahon. Who knows? Because look, you got that documentary. If he comes out and people decide, okay, I'm watching NXT, but hey, I don't really care for NXT. Let me move over here to this documentary and see what's going on. He's back running this company, and his name's all over the news. And what they say, no publicity is bad publicity.
Yeah, so, you got that right.
I mean, man, people are gonna. This right here will make people actually look to see what he's gonna do, and see. And if this guy comes out and start delivering, hit after hit, every show just hitting the mark, then people gonna say, "Oh, okay, hey, he ain't worried about anything." But if he comes out and
doing
it's a miss,
doing that same stuff he was doing before,
they're gonna say, "Hey, this guy, he's rattled. His mind is not right." he's
And then you got to think about the talent, man. What about the talent like Bray Wyatt? Bray left, granted, because of Brody Lee died, granted. But
yeah,
then he had issues with Vince. Vince fired him, man.
yeah.
Okay. What about Sasha Banks and Naomi now? Okay. They were coming back
Wow.
and now this. And what about everybody else that quit or left because of Vince that are back? Wait, man, Harry, this is a deep
Well,
rabbit hole, man. This is a
look,
very
man, he
deep
said he's
rabbit
coming back.
hole.
Look, I'm pretty sure he's gonna want to be in control again, control talent relations and all that. I'm pretty sure he's gonna have something to do
writing
with it.
and all that creative and all that.
Well, he said he's just coming back as CEO. I just don't see him sitting back.
Man, no, I don't see him. I don't just see him in the boardroom just dealing with meetings and taking phone calls. I don't. I don't see him just sitting there and dealing with profit and losses, P&Ls. I just don't see that happen. So this guy's going to be involved with the day-to-day operations, and he's going to take control of creative. So, man, Triple H is going. Oh gosh,
man, I'm pretty sure this is hurting his heart, man. Triple H. Wow, I don't know if he can actually take this.
I mean, and then what we talked about, man. What we talking? We're gonna get to the comments, y'all. We're gonna get to. I promise.
Oh yeah.
Think about this, man. Okay, let's say Vince comes back. Okay.
Yeah.
Things are going good for about 4 to 5 months, give or take.
Right.
Then around by that 6th, 7th month, he starts to get comfortable, goes back to his old thing.
Right.
Austin Theory getting that crazy push. All that young talent. Back to where you was. Go on back there, get a paycheck and eat some pancakes and get fat. Oh, y'all got NXT at Raw and backstage. Hey, y'all can catch on the bus going back down to Tampa. We don't need you up here.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And then, and then what, Harry? Then what? You're gonna have this once again, like I said, you're gonna have disgruntled wrestlers. You're gonna have disgruntled employees in general. Now just think for a minute. It gets to the point where Vince just takes full control. Everything's going back to what it used to be. Triple H is like, I'm tired. Me and everybody that I brought with me, we heading over to AEW. Imagine that. Imagine that. Then what?
Look, man. Look.
Could you imagine? I'm just saying, if you in your mind, if that happened,
that would be crazy. That would be crazy. But yeah, that would be explosive. That would change the whole game of professional wrestling. But I can tell you one thing I'm sure of. Vince got those contracts. He got them ironclad.
But like I said, but next year, man, next year is gonna be different from what Nick Khan said with them contracts. They're gonna have some flexibility in them jokers.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Nick Khan can get fired too. He can get fired too.
And guess what? Like I said, all them jokers go to AEW, man. Could you? Just imagine the dynamic that the power shift would change so hard, Harry.
But one thing I will say about this,
granted, this is fantasy. I'm just saying, but what if? But you never know. Crazier things have happened.
I don't care who Tony Khan gets over there. I really don't. Unless Tony Khan takes his foot off the pedal and say, okay, and let somebody else drive, it doesn't matter what talent he gets over there or anything.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying, what if, man? I'm playing devil's advocate.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. And there are fans that will follow these wrestlers.
Oh,
there's no doubt about it, man. But if you're not able to create a storyline, if you're not able to put your ducks in a row, it doesn't matter who you get as far as a wrestler. Man, you get a reincarnation of Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, Roddy Piper, Rick Martel, whoever else, Ken Patera, and line them all up and say, walk into this company, and they all in their youth, they all in their prime, and they wouldn't turn doggone AEW around. They wouldn't turn WWE around either if they don't have the right storylines. They don't know how to basically run those guys. And I mean, wrestling have turned into a circus of hey, let's try to get the best matches we can out of people. That's what it is right now. So, Triple H is trying to change it. Triple H is doing his best. And look, Triple H done had some misses too. He done had a lot. He done had a good bit of misses since he's been in charge, and people have gotten ticked off. So the
man ain't gonna hit a home run every time. I mean, my goodness,
exactly. And I tell you what, I know Vince have been watching and saying, okay, hey, the ratings are down, but when it boils down to it, Triple H took over at the wrong time, and the timing was very bad. Yeah. And so, Vince is using that. Vince is using this NFL thing. He's not gonna say it, but he's gonna say, "Look, the ratings went down." I think he took over in like September or like late August, September. He took over like a week or two before the NFL started back. I know that. So, as soon as he came in, man, he was up against the NFL because I think his second show, man, when he did 0.2 rating on Raw, because he did that for like 2 or 3 weeks. They was up. They was going against the preseason, and then they went into the regular season. But he got caught up at a bad time. That when they're going head to head to the NFL against the NFL. But he has had record pay-per-view. But Vince was doing that before he left. So
let's catch up through some of these comments real quick here because they is backing up, man. Yeah, right, so Facebook user Melody Keith, what's up, Melody? He said,
"What's up, Melody?"
She said, said Vince is jealous of Triple H. Paul is doing good. They need to let him do his job. It would look nasty for Vince to come back now. True.
Yeah, no doubt.
And who else said that? The Facebook user, hold on here. Says if Vince, Randy Carpenter says Vince come back, they will lose viewers. Oh yeah, they will definitely do that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Jake Wilson, what's up, man? Glad you're tuning in. Jake says, what's up, Chris and Harry? It ain't weird. People are happy that Vince is coming back because Hunter is build a midget, and they want larger than life characters. Why you think people like Bray? Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I mean, Jake. I understand what Jake's saying, man. His comment, it's valid. I mean, it really is. And still, again, like I say, Triple H was doing something a little different. Like I said to you in the last, when I was talking, there are people out there, man. There are a lot of moans and groans about some of the things that he's doing. But I think a lot of people aren't looking at it with an open heart, with an open mind. They're not looking at what Triple H is doing. So I think some people go into wrestling now, man, and they actually looking to see if somebody gonna fail, or they I think some people, man, they just get a negative mindset, and wow, it's crazy. But go on to the next one, man. Right. Sorry.
Melanie Keith says Vince needs to stay retired. He already did his legacy. Yep, this is true.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Jake Wilson says Supernatural make more ratings. Think about it. Bray and Alexa is the talk of talking of storyline. Yeah, that is
right now.
And Jake Wilson even said Oscar. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, her possible counter turn.
Yeah, Judgment Day, man, looks bigger than life. So Judgment Day started before Triple H took over. So who knows, man?
Yeah, you're right. All right. And Jacoby Peters says, any AEW news today, Chris Harry? No, not today, man. No, I don't know.
Besides, Tony Khan is basically tripping out and pretty much out there mocking. Yeah, he's happy and he's mocking WWE. He's mocking Vince McMahon. That might be a bad mistake to do that.
Yeah.
So, who knows?
Facebook user, hold on, who is this? I think that's Melody Keith says they need some they need new writers on TV. On wrestling, burnout, quality, not quantity.
Yes, right. I agree there. I definitely
and my main man, Reggie Maestro Jackson, man. What's up?
All right,
man? What's up, Reggie? Hey, Reggie, hope you feel better, man. Yeah, get better, man.
Well. Yeah, my prayers are with you. My prayers are with you, man. Definitely, everybody.
He said Vince ain't coming back, man.
What's that?
He said Vince
He
ain't
said he's
coming
not
back.
coming back. Okay, cool. But yeah, everybody, man, like say, hey, if you're not a praying person or whatever, man, definitely send good vibes, send good thoughts to my man Reggie Maestro Jackson. We definitely, man, like say, we definitely got you right here. We got you in our prayers and all that. But I don't know, man.
And you know, hey man, and I'm gonna say this.
I know Reggie got some inside information. I know he got inside
Yeah.
information.
So
definitely. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
hey
We'll
man.
see. We'll see. But we're gonna continue to talk about this. Okay.
All right. Jacoby Peter says, think about it, Harry and Chris. Okay, think about what? And Reggie said that's all he gonna say.
Yeah.
Jacoby Peter says, Harry is right. If nothing said bad about Vince, then the people are gonna say, I'm sorry, and blame Vince for these interesting point, Harry.
Huh. Yeah.
Okay. And like I said, man, we trying to get all these comments, man. Y'all been flooding us with these comments. I'm trying to see who this is right here. I think this is Reggie. Yep. That's my man Reggie. He says, and I know this for facts. This is just for the documentary, as well as he may be up for the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Okay.
Could be.
Yep,
and I mean,
possibly,
look,
man, possibly.
With all these allegations going on, why isn't anybody gonna, roll over there and check out the documentary? But why in the world, one thing I want to say, Reggie, why in the world would this man want people to go over there and be checking out that documentary? Why would he do this for his documentary? I wouldn't want anybody. That puts a bad light on Vince McMahon. I wouldn't want nobody going out and checking out that documentary. It'd be like say I'm R. Kelly. And Chris, I'm R. Kelly, and Chris is my right-hand man. I'm talking about both of us like little girlies or something like that, or both of us little creeps. And they say, hey, them straight-up wrestling boys, we got them. They messing with underage girls, or the girls that's up age, they locking them up in hotels and things like that. We got them. And Chris and I, we're able to escape the law, and they going through their investigations. Now they just finished their investigations. Some new allegations done came up. Chris and Harry still doing podcasts and things like that. But hey, we have the Science Fiction Channel, Discovery, Hallmark, or whatever, doing a little documentary, doing a little something on Harry and Chris, and we're like, okay, man, let's make sure that we get back in onto doing something. Like say we doing the Straight Up Wrestling show, we're not doing our live shows. Chris, we need to get back out there, man. We need to get back out there to the arenas and all that. We need to start doing commentary again, so people can focus on our documentary. We want people to go over there to see that. So why in the world would somebody do that? That would, I just don't see him doing that for the documentary. Sorry about that, Reggie, but man, I understand that he might not be coming back. But to get eyes on that documentary, I don't think $1 is going into his pocket from that doggone documentary. Discovery or A&E channel or whatever who's doing that.
Vice. It's Vice. Is it Vice?
Yeah, Vice. Okay, Vice. Yeah, Vice. Vice don't have nothing to do with WWE. They don't own any WWE properties are involved with Vice. So I don't think Vince would do that. If he did, that would be pretty doggone dumb. Because what you're gonna have is you're gonna have the whole nation's eyes. It's only gonna be a certain amount of people gonna look at this thing before that. But if you do that, you're gonna have the nation's eyes focused on that deal. And man, they're gonna come up with all kind of things. Because think about it. Only artists, only fans of R&B music and some pop music was focused on the thing with R. Kelly. And then when that thing ended up being on, what was it, VH1, or who did the documentary? Lifetime. When that thing went down, the nation's eyes was on it. Man, he was good as dead. He was good as dead. The man told Robin, I'm fighting for my life here. I'm just fighting for my life. Y'all trying to lock a man up. I would hate to see Vince like that, man. I hated to see a grown man like R. Kelly crying like that. So Vince McMahon, he'll be in the same situation, man.
That's wild, man. And Reggie says Sasha Banks is going to New Japan, man.
She's going to New Japan, but that she's still signed with WWE.
Yeah.
So we don't know what in the world's going to go down there. Yeah, she'll go there for a little while. But, man, look, Sasha Banks wants to be seen in the United States. That's all it is to it. Yeah, that's all it is to it.
She does, man. She does.
So she will eventually end back up unless Vince McMahon come back in and take over. But Vince is still in the play. And, like I said, I know Reggie, we know you got inside, some insides in it, inside
scoop.
Insight into this thing.
Yeah.
But, sometimes, man, when you own a company, and, and I know, because like I said, my mom owned, my family owned a construction company for 40 years. You don't tell everybody. Sometimes your right-hand man don't even know exactly what you're going to do, and I've seen it too many times with people in my mom's company that ran the company. I didn't know what was going on all the time. I mean, even though, like I say, as close as I was to the owner. So, it's just, that's just how the game is played. Might tell you one thing and do another. And I don't think nobody knows exactly what Vince is going to do. Vince holds all the cards. When it boils down to it, he holds the cards. And I mean, he's the majority stockholder. And after a while,
even though he gave all that back, but still.
Yeah, the man's 76 years old. And he's like, no. I only have a certain amount of time to run this thing the way I want to run it and to run my life. Look, if I'm going down, then I'm taking the company down with me. I'm going to take a lot of people down with me. John Laurinaitis went down with him. So, hey, man, look, this man, look, if he says he thinking about coming back, I think he probably will come back. Look, I never thought he was done all the way anyway. But I thought Triple H would have enough time. Oh, my gosh. I thought Triple H would have enough time to take care of business. But, Chris, I'm going to go ahead and give it to you for a minute. I will be back. Give me about 5 minutes, all right?
All right, man.
Right back. I got to take care of a kid, man. Knucklehead. All right. Be right back, man. Wow.
All right, guys. So, so we're going to get these comments here, man. Jacoby Peters, interesting point, Harry. Vice is doing this show. Vice is doing this to show the fans that they're sorry for making guys mad this year. Very good point, Harry. Reggie said he's not coming back as CEO or anything else. He's tainted. All right, stranger things will happen, and this would be stupid, though. Yeah, it would be very stupid. Never estimate the power of Swerve, Reggie. Yeah, I know you always say that, Reggie. You always say that, man. This is becoming more talk about. This is becoming more talked about the MJF versus Ricky Starks. LOL. Vince draws more talk about than AEW. Think about it, Harry. Very interesting. Take Harry and Chris. Yeah, you're right, man. Vince is he's a polarizing identity, man. So he's gonna anything that's got his name attached to it, you're gonna see what's going on. I don't care what it is. Somebody can say, "Oh, I saw Vince McMahon walking across the street eating an ice cream cone." Oh, we gotta talk about it. It's just Vince, man. Does Shane Jacoby P says, does Shane come back? You gotta no. Shane said he ain't Shane is not he said he is not doing it. He said that years ago. He said he'll come back and wrestle a match or two or whatever, maybe getting a little bit of a storyline, but for running operations, he said he was not gonna do that. He said he was not gonna do it. The foundation of pro wrestling would shift tremendously. Yeah, it would shift tremendously, man, if Triple H and all them did go to AEW or something crazy like that. Yeah. They need to let me write for them. AEW, WWE, Impact, etc. Terrell Key, what's going on, man? What's going on? Glad you're in, man. So what's up, Chris and Harry? Chris is right. If Triple H and Stephanie head to AEW and take over Tony Rowe, this can be another WCW versus WWF again, and Shane take over WWE. It could be, man. It could be. But when I say that, I'm just, living in a fantasy, guys. This ain't actually going to happen because, they going to stick under the umbrella, man. You know that. Terrell Key says, hey, people said, what you think they don't care who Tony hired as long as it's going to make a difference. That this is true. Terrell Key, Tony needs a writing team simply and stop with the stop pushes. He has Miro, Hook, and etc. Yeah, you're right. He is going back and forth with that tremendously. It's all about that Vince pride and clout, bro. Yeah, you're right, Reggie. Vince's ego is big as Texas, man. We all know that. We do have the three-way so you can break it down. Okay, you want to do a three-way? Okay. Chris Williams, what's up, Chris? He said, Harry, Vice is doing a lot of people doing business controversial, creates cash, etc. Edgar Bischoff, yep. That's why Bill Cosby documentary, Chris said, is not only wrestling, but is in music. Yep. And in movie business. Yep, this is true. Oh my God, Chris Williams said, R. Kelly documentary, exactly, Harry. Now you get my point. It sells. Mike Tyson documentary, it sells. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. All right. Let's see here. Melody Keith says I could write a book on wrestling that would make a nun blush, but it would never go too much. Got too much love for kayfabe back in the day. It was the best. It should have been. It should be now. Sometimes as well. Okay. Harry was sneaking in that white holly pie in the closet. Hill, my man, Hill, what's going on? Hill,
who talking about the white only pie, man?
Man, Jacoby, man, you know it's
Jacoby,
Jacoby, man.
Yeah.
Our man, Hill Carmichael, man, he says Ring of Honor is going to be better than AEW in a matter of months.
Oh, look, my man Hill, what's up, Hill? Man,
look. If it's under Tony Khan's thumb, which it is, I don't see that happening. Hill.
So look,
I really don't see it. I mean, look at the videos, man. They only had maybe about 500 people in a 1,000-something seat arena. If that. So I'm just saying. Man, look, I'm just saying.
Tony is gonna come to the realization that he needs help. He will eventually. He's gonna have to.
Well, he better do it sooner than later, because if he doing it when the boat's sinking, boy, you might as well just wrap it up.
But that's the whole thing about it. That's what I think he's gonna do. If he doesn't come to that realization, man, he's gonna end up in the same situation that we see TNA, Impact. What happened with that? There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. I don't care how much money he has or anything. Like I said, you cannot continue to falter the way he does and continue to sink the way, you can't continue to sink, man. After a while, that water's going to stop bubbling, and that water is going to dissipate. It's just like you boiling water. After a while, that water will evaporate. It's gone. Even though you have a pot full, it's going to be gone after a while. It cannot continue to go the way that it's going. So we don't know how Ring of Honor is going to end up, and we don't know how AEW is going to end up, because Tony has his pulse on both of them.
Yeah.
And plus, like I say, and he has made the decision that he is the man. He is the one who's running this thing. He don't want anybody else running it. So, hey, it's flat crazy, man. But get back to the comments, Chris.
Okay.
And then we'll get back to talking about what we're talking about.
All right. Hill said Vince don't need to come back to WWE. True, he really don't need to. If they let Vince back in WWE, it's a wrap for WWE. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a wrap, but it's going to hurt them. It's going to hurt them.
Yeah, it will hurt them.
It's going to hurt them, because all them people that left AEW because Vince was in charge, because when Vince left, all them fans that went to AEW were like, oh, Vince is gone, let's go to WWE. Now the word of this is happening, and Vince possibly coming back, don't know if or when or how or whatever. Guess what? Them fans, they're going to slowly go back over to AEW and forget about WWE. So it's going to hurt them. But obviously, Harry, we know We got them hardcore WWE fans are gonna be sticking with it, tried and true.
Oh, there's no doubt.
They don't care. That's all they care about. WWE. They don't care about no New Japan, Impact. Nothing else exists except WWE, and they gonna ride it out. They don't care who in charge. You can put a chicken in charge and say he the CEO. Guess what? We still riding with that chicken because that chicken knows what's best for this company. And you got them fans out there.
Yeah, that's true. So since you're talking about that, after we get through these comments, we're gonna talk about the loyalty factor. Okay, right after you get finished with these comments.
Okay. Jacoby Peter said, Harry, I said you sneak into the white only pie in the closet, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. I wish I did have one. No doubt, man. No doubt.
He said, Harry, you see my comment since he's back, Chris? I'm trying to remember which one, Chris.
Okay, I'm not sure.
If you find it, Chris, copy and paste it, and I'll get to it, man. Let me see. Melody Keefe said John Laurinaitis used to be great as Johnny Ace, but in management made him more and more of a pervert.
Oh, wow.
Well, you know, men in power, man. Some men in power have, you know, they sneaky links. You know, I mean, hey, it is true. Trust me, I've seen it. I've seen it. I promise you. All right, Hill Carmichael said, "Give it time. It's gonna be the same scenario like NXT become better than WWE main roster. ROH is gonna be bigger than AEW."
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. Jacoby P said, Harry, since you back, I told Chris why every time in wrestling it's not talk more about than a Vice News that's allegations made people watch last year. Yeah. He basically was saying, man, Vice does stuff on wrestling, entertainment, business, all that. And guess what? And that's all we talk about,
sales.
Man. Yeah, controversy sells cash, like Eric Bischoff said,
doubt.
Man. So yeah. And who said this at the bottom? Melanie said, "What do you think about the Briscoes tag team? I like them. They okay, man. They all right, man. They all right.
Yeah, pretty good. No, they more than all right. They're really good. They're really good. But you know, and unless you get them on AEW TV, where they're gonna be in Dynamite or on Rampage, you don't get them on Dynamite or Rampage, or somehow they end up in WWE, then they pretty much their career is gonna end up as just two great indie stars. That's all it is to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Jacoby Peter said Vince is selling and drawing more ratings in the news than AEW news. Of course, man.
Yes. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
His name alone is bigger than AEW. I hate to say it, but it's true.
No doubt.
Chris Williams, Harry, Vice is doing what people in business are doing. Vince is doing. Yeah, Vince is doing what people in business are doing. Music, movies, controversial, creates cash. Eric Bischoff documentary sells and makes people watch. Yep.
Yeah.
And he also says just like what does eye candy sell, make people watch. Eye candy is more watchable than women wrestling. Jada Cargill is eye candy.
Yeah, Chris Williams said that. Yeah. And then Chris Williams says Bianca is eye candy. Her building is selling more on the magazine. People want to see Jada versus Bianca so bad. No doubt, man. No doubt.
Now, and Reggie said Facebook, Reggie said, let me clear the air. I'm not loyal to any promotion. I'm loyal to the art of pro wrestling as a whole.
Yeah.
I get that, Reggie. I completely get that, man. I completely get it, man. But I'm just saying, you have these individuals that are just loyal to a company. They're loyal to a brand. Yeah. Like you have people out here that drink only Coke products. You have people only drink Pepsi products. You have some people that only wear Nike versus some people that only wear Adidas. So you have people that are brand loyal, and that's it.
You got some people that only gonna use an iPhone. You got some people only gonna use a
Android, like me. Android. I only use Android. I can't stand Apple. Harry, he riding down with Apple.
Yeah, so I mean that's just how it is. I mean it really is. And I mean, it's just like politics, like say politics. That's just it's just the divide. It's just a division there.
Yeah.
And it's sad. I mean, now when back, I mean, Melanie, she definitely can, vibe with me on this, and everybody out here who's older, and who could go back to the territorial days, when the territories ran. I mean, we watched whatever wrestling that came on. So but when it boils down to it, my loyalty number one. If somebody would have started wanting to talk about the other companies or whatever and competing, even though I love Georgia Championship Wrestling, that was my second favorite. I like, but if you wanted to rank them, I would have went Mid-Atlantic first, Georgia Championship Wrestling, Florida Championship Wrestling, and then, WWE. WWE was WWF back then. This was Vince McMahon Sr. had it. Now, if anybody wanted to fuss with me and say, okay, our world-class championship wrestling is better than what y'all got over there in Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, man, I would argue them down. And I would probably hate it world-class for somebody saying that. We didn't have that back in the day. But I'm saying,
yeah, but world-class is just as good, though. It was just as good. You can't deny it.
Yeah, no doubt. But I was so loyal to the Mid-Atlantic Championship brand. That's what I'm saying. So people they're brand loyal, man. It's just like, fans, you either like the Lakers or you like the Celtics. That you either like the 76ers or you like the Bucks. That's how it is, man. You either like the Cowboys or the Steelers. You either like the Eagles or like the Redskins. Well, it ain't the Redskins no more. But still, that's just how it works. And it's worked in wrestling like that for a long time too. So, but Adam, Brad, what's going on, man? Glad that you joined us.
Yeah. All right, so we got a few Facebook users, man. Melanie says the Gathering Fan Fest in Charlotte, August 2023 at the University of Hilton downtown. Martin T. Mark Promotions, the model on Facebook is the boss. Check it out. Okay.
Wow, man. And she's on it.
Yeah, and Reggie said Apple versus Android.
Yeah.
Mopar versus Ford.
Yeah.
Good breath versus bad breath.
Yeah.
And then he said,
all right.
Then Melody says, remember the wrestling show and Saturday night in Greenville. Okay, folky.
Yeah.
And Adam, okie dokie. And then Adam Brad said, what's up, Chris and Harry? How you feel ROH get a TV deal? Do you think people really care about ROH now? Mm-hmm. Hill Carmichael, where you at? Come to the floor, Hill Carmichael.
Yeah, I wish Hill is on Greenville Memorial Auditorium. Seen 2 minutes. I saw plenty of great wrestling at Greenville Auditorium. Chris did too. Chris seen a little bit. He didn't go as much as I did because I'm older than him. But yeah, I saw a lot of good wrestling there. But Adam Brad, man, Ring of Honor. If they get a TV show, I think they better knock it out the box quick. They better, man, knock it out the box, Rick. Knock it out, Rick. Knock it out the box, Rick. It better be strong, and man, they better hype this thing up like doggone. They better hype this thing up like Kid and Play. I mean, I'm telling you, that's how much hype better be on this show before it comes out to get people to get eyes over there. And they have to knock it out the box like Slick Rick. Man, this thing got to come hard, 100%. It can't be no joke. It can't be no jiving. It can't. It's got to be. It has to be a mix. It has to be a mix of old school, new school wrestling. They have to find the right mix. That formula has to be there. They want to grab not just the 18 to 24-year-old. They want to get guys, man, that's. They want to get, people in me and Chris's age group, and they want to get, the millennials. No doubt.
Yeah, Adam Brad said, hurt nobody. Get on down. Ain't gonna hurt nobody. Get on the floor. Ain't gonna hurt nobody.
Yeah. Hey, it ain't gonna hurt nobody, man. If Vince come back and then Triple H and Stephanie goes over and take over Ring of Honor, they buy that part off of Tony Khan and say, just give us a piece, and they take that and run their own company. Ain't gonna hurt nobody, man. That gives us 3 big brands in wrestling, and we can have just like we had back in the day, the NWA, WWE, or WWF, and AWA. So that right there would be great. But man, look,
But he said it would hurt with Tony booking because Tony just ain't going. Yeah, Tony's ego, he
Look,
ain't
man.
going. Yeah.
Look, man. We just hoping. We are in a fantasy situation.
Yeah.
Well, not really fantasy because it's real, but in our minds, we are all hoping that Tony Khan gets this booking thing right. He haven't got it right yet, but we hoping that he makes a turnaround and comes out.
I ain't gonna lie. I am very tempted to watch this documentary, boy, to see what they say, boy.
It comes on at 9 o'clock, Chris. You go rewatch, replay.
Yeah, at 12.
Well, NXT, man. If you want to, I'll finish up NXT at 9 o'clock. If you want to just, I'm gonna say the documentary on, you can flip it over to the documentary and continue watching that. And I'll continue.
Because
recording on NXT.
I'm tempted, boy. I'm tempted because I got that.
Because I'm about to go on and I'm gonna record that. I'm gonna record that while NXT is playing, so I can go back and I can watch it. So yeah, 100%, man.
But like I said, man, this whole Vince thing, though, man, this is not good, man. I hate to say it, it's not good, man. Right when WWE is trying to make a turn and try to mend fences and try to rebuild burnt bridges or damaged bridges with talent and possibly employees, because you don't know how deep this thing is, Harry. As far as we know, it's just talent. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what's going on up in the headquarters, what done happened up there, if there was any issues up in there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you a question, though. Do you think people tune in? If Vince McMahon, you think people gonna tune in?
Yeah, people are gonna tune in just to see.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Look, people can talk and say, "Oh, this will be." It might be horrible. It might be, and from my point of view, yes, I'm thinking it won't be a good thing. But I know one thing: those ratings are gonna jump off the chart, man, as soon as it happens.
Man, it's gonna jump off the charts, and because people want to hear if he comes on TV and says, "I'm back," and you can't destroy me, whatever. I'm Vince McMahon, man. I'm bigger than life, blah 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 blah, and can't nobody hold me down, can't nobody stop me, and I'm back, and I'm stronger than better than ever, and I'm gonna right the ship, and and you know how Vince does. He sells a wolf ticket, man. He sells dreams. Okay. Okay, cool. You get back in the saddle. You ride off into sunset, control your company the way you want to. Now you're going, like I said, then pretty soon, folks, those wrestlers that you got rid of, that you pushed to the back, that are now starting to come to the forefront, that you don't push to the back, guess where they going? Back to the back, man.
Look, if he comes back, man, and this thing is bumping, though, if those shows, he comes back and his shows are bumping, man, them things slamming right off the bat. I mean, just it's the shiznit. It's what people want to see. Say if he do this for about 5 weeks straight, man, Chris, he would do some major damage in the ratings. He would put a hurting.
He would put a hurting. He would put a hurting on him, man.
So look, we don't know, man. We do not know. This man could be, he could be like, look, I didn't have time to do this. He's sitting back there. You give a man a few months. Now, I've seen there have been legendary books written in a few months. Mm-hmm. There have been greatness created in a few months. So I would not be shocked if this man is not sitting back there and coming up and like, I couldn't think of this back then because I was bombarded. People thought I was losing it. Didn't think I had it anymore. I'm gonna show them I still have a brilliant mind for wrestling. There's no way in the world somebody can tell me that a man who came in. All right, no problem. Came in and took over the wrestling business the way he took it over, and was able to create all this greatness for what he's basically been in charge since 1984 for 38 years. 37, almost 38, I guess 38 years, taking off the 4 months, basically for 38 years, and came and did what he did. Doesn't have any, that, hey, he's bad for the business. Nobody out there can tell me that. This man, sometimes, some people lose it, but this man still has his brain capacity is still working at 100%. So he wasn't, his body wasn't in the shape as it's been in the past. Okay, of course, everybody's gonna break down, but that man is still, his smartness and his mind is still there. So Chris, like I said, he done it for 38 years, and he was able to, man, look, to me, he was able to hold back the greatest promoter, outside of himself. He was able to defeat Jim Crockett. He was able to defeat one of the best bookers of all time, Dusty Rhodes. And he was able to defeat a company that had better wrestlers. Nobody can tell me that the NWA, Jim Crockett Promotions, didn't have better wrestlers. They had the best wrestlers, but Vince had the better ideas. Straight up.
And sometimes that's all that matters.
Exactly. So nobody can sit there and tell me that this man, okay, it's not like he's coming back to wrestle. He ain't coming back to do what Ric Flair did. He ain't coming back to step in the ring. He's coming back to use his mind. So no, you got to convince me that this man who ran that company for 38 years and put that wrestling company where it's at, that he don't know what he's doing, it's bad for him to come back to take over his company. Man, you can't.
But you believe in the hype before the hype even out there, man.
Be quiet, man. Be quiet. What did Don King say? Don King said you can't tell Muhammad Ali he can't box no more. You can't tell Guy he can't box no more.
Man,
Muhammad Ali is God. You can't tell him that.
Hey, Muhammad Ali didn't say it, but P.T. Barnum did. There's a sucker born every minute, and you sound like the sucker here because you believe in the hype before the hype even hit the fan.
No, hey, I'm not believing the hype, man. I'm just making a bunch of noise, Chris.
You believe in the hype here.
I'm not believing the hype. Look, man, look.
He drinking the Kool-Aid.
But straight up, no. What I'm trying to say is, I don't believe the hype that this man can't go down. He was going down before that. I mean, for years, he have not been able to run that company, man, run that company successfully when it boils down to it. They've been successful, but he haven't really, he has lost so many different, he has lost millions of viewers since 2003. I'm about to say 2003. But since 2003, they have been hemorrhaging. They've been losing viewers by the millions, hundreds of thousands every year. So something has been off for 19 years, Chris. 19 years. So Confucius say, get out. The wise man says, get out. Let new blood come in and let new blood take over.
Well, Vince is definitely confused because he's coming back in, and that's old blood.
He's coming back in. But look, man, when it boils down to it, I mean, I think Triple H is doing a jammed up job. He's doing a great job. But in 2 years, what do you think Triple H is going to have WWE at? Is it going to be exactly the same, or is he going to increase the numbers? Is he going to put more? Is he going to put more tails in the seats? I mean, your honest opinion. Do you think he's gonna?
I think he in about 2 years, man, he'll put more tails in the seat, man. Because honestly, I don't know why I'm just getting this feeling, man. Somewhere that we don't know about, man, he might really be in talks with New Japan.
It doesn't matter if he's in talks with New Japan, Chris. It really don't.
Harry. WWE hardly ever goes to Japan. Hardly ever. Real talk. They really ever go to Japan.
Japan don't need them.
But guess what, though? Everybody knows who WWE is over there.
Of course. Of course. But man, look, how many people usually on average, Chris, this is on a low average. Talking about a low end. How many people fill the Tokyo Dome every week on a low end?
1,000 or more. Well in the upper thousands.
No, 40,000, Chris.
That's what I said. The upper thousands.
Yeah, 60,000 on a good week.
Yeah,
maybe 60,000 when they first get the first week of the month. Kind of like when people here get their Social Security checks or whatever. They usually do 60,000. The other weeks they doing 40,000 every week. Why would they need the WWE?
Man, just
No,
think.
straight up. New Japan, these Japanese, the Japanese, they know that they're only gonna appeal to a certain amount of people. Of course, they do put their product out in certain areas in Europe. They put their product out in the United States, but they know that they're only going to get a certain number of viewers. They know that. So it's go ahead.
See right there. Adam Bragg. What's up, Adam? He said, Chris is right here. 3 million if WWE show up in Tokyo Dome.
3 million people in the Tokyo Dome? 3 million people is not going to get in the Tokyo Dome.
Boy, here, I'm trying to tell you, boy.
Three
man, they will have let me see. I know Tokyo
that dome don't hold 3 million people. That's what I'm trying to say.
But I bet you they have an outdoor venue that's bigger than Tokyo Dome somewhere. I know they do.
Of course they do, Chris. But I'm just saying they don't need to make a deal to where they're relying on WWE all the time. WWE wants it all. You think Vince McMahon gonna want to negotiate? Vince McMahon is not gonna negotiate with these guys, man. He's not gonna do that. And you think Triple H doesn't have that mindset to where he wants to run the whole thing? You think Stephanie McMahon doesn't have that mindset? The woman who took over, let me think of her name. The lady who took over General Mills, which was what was General Mills before it became General Mills? It was cereal company. Then she bought Kraft. She bought Bird's Eye Foods. What is her name? The guy who started what was General Mills before? He started Great Nuts. He had Great Nuts, and he came out with those flakes to compete against Kellogg's.
But you know what, though, man? But you know what? Triple H has said in interviews, "Hey, I'm willing to work with anybody, man, if it's best for business."
Yeah, okay.
He has said that.
Yeah. Oh, I understand that. But I guarantee. Look, but I'm just saying, the Japanese is not that Japanese contingent over there. They are not gonna negotiate with the WWE. They're just not, because the WWE can make money in Japan. Japan can't make that same kind of money. It's not an even trade.
Man, I'm trying to tell you.
It's not. You trying to tell me it's an even trade if New Japan can come over here and make the same kind of money that World Wrestling Federation can go make over there? World Wrestling, man, think about it, Chris. World Wrestling Federation can go over there and they can make tons of money over there. It would not be an even split, Chris. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It would not. You cannot tell me that WWE can go over there, just like my man said, 3 million. They can go. They can draw 3 million more fans. 3 million more fans. They probably can put $30 more million in their coffers with WWE. You think that the New Japan can come over here with WWE outside of 1 or 2 shows, can start and make $30 million each time they run a show with the WWE? No, they couldn't do it. I doubt that very seriously.
Okay.
That's like the Chinese Basketball Federation coming over here and playing basketball with the NBA just because they make big money over there in China and say, okay, we got a lot of Yao Mings over here. We can come over to the United States and do the same thing. It would not happen. I'm sorry, Chris.
Hey, let me. Okay, I bet you this though. I bet you this. Let's just fantasize for a minute.
Yeah.
Somebody said yesterday, Royal Rumble. Okay, we get to number 22. Okada comes out there. Now, Harry, now you ain't gonna tell me if Okada came out in the Royal Rumble, Harry, that folk won't be like, oh my God, WWE is working with New Japan. You know how many eyes that automatically put on New Japan wrestling? Do you know how much? What? Harry,
man, you walk down Main Street.
They making money over there, Harry. They making money over in Japan. New Japan making money in Japan. But when they get that American money just from one wrestler coming out on the Royal Rumble, what they making over there now will look like nickels and dimes. I promise you,
Chris.
viewership, the people gonna be curious, looking them up on their website. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Look, they will make major money when it starts, Chris. But I'm talking about money. I'm talking about having a partnership with New Japan, trying to make money together week after week after week after week after week. It won't happen. That's all I'm saying. It won't happen.
It can happen here. It can happen.
No, it won't. No,
it can.
No,
It can
no,
happen,
no,
man.
no, no,
It,
no,
man.
no, 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 no. It won't.
Man. It can
It
happen,
won't.
man.
You can say that all you want. It won't. That's all it is to it.
Man, see,
you know, I don't.
Triple H, like
look,
I said, Triple H said
look,
he can work with. He will work with anybody that's willing to work with him.
That's fine. Okay, Okada. Okada. There's a lot of wrestling fans that know Okada. How many more wrestlers? How many more of wrestlers that they have over in New Japan that we know?
Man, a ton.
Start naming them. Give me 5. Right off the top of your head. If you can't do it, the average wrestling fan can't do it. If you can't do it, give me 5. Just run them off. No, not Hill Carmichael, because I know religion. I want you, Christopher Burton, right now.
Man.
Run off 5 right now. 5 right now.
Okay,
and don't you go back old school either.
I ain't going back old. Okay, you got Okada. You got my man. He was actually in WWE. He uses the GTS. Oh God, I got his face in my head. He's over in New Japan now. He's a member of the Bullet Club. Oh Jesus, I got his face in my head. No, I got his face in my head. Why? Because he was talking trash about CM Punk just recently. Yeah, Kenta, that's 2. All right. Then you got Sheeta. You got Sheeta. No, Sheeta's Okada. Sheeta Okada. Hold on. She's okay. Oh no, you got my other man. He was I just saw him on Twitter today.
Chris Williams just gave you another one.
Oh.
Hey, Chris Williams, I said no old school, man. I ain't with this great Muta stuff. I could have beat Chris on this. And Chris watched more New Japan than me. I could have beat you on this.
Yeah.
I put you on the spot, and you failed.
Man, anyway.
Big time wrestling fan.
Okay, you name somebody then. You name somebody then off their roster then. You name somebody they ain't been named.
I don't care, man. Bakusha Dukasa. Oh, I don't give a darn who it is, Chris. You don't fail the test, man.
No, man. I got their faces in my head. I just can't think of the names.
I know that, Chris, but I'm just saying, man, it doesn't
like if I saw him, I'd be like, oh, that's such and such.
Chris,
such and
you
such.
ain't me.
Look at it, man. See, that's why God don't like ugly. That's why he kicks you off the internet. See, you was about to start telling some lies. See, you about to tell some lies and got kicked off the internet. But anyway, y'all. It's funny that you came back in when you start talking about New Japan. That's funny, man.
Oh man, boy, what's the name? Direct TV just now tried to call me, trying to get me to up my package, I'm sure. All right, man, but look.
But need up the internet, what?
No, man, no, that was the phone. That was a phone call. That's what interrupted that because I'm on my phone. But man, look.
Tama Tonga is not. He said New Japan, man. Japanese wrestlers. Not he's technically working for New Japan, but he's not Japanese. That don't count, man.
Destiny. Look, you could have named even some of those guys, man. Out of you could name guys that work in America. That's Americans. That's in New Japan. I don't care who you would have named in New Japan. You could have said FTR. You could have said Luke Gallows, man. You could have said Carl Anderson. You could have said that they work for New Japan, don't they? You could have said them.
I'm actually going by actual Japanese wrestlers.
I know, but you didn't. But I know, but still, you failed the test, man.
Man, come on, man.
You didn't even give me the tag team. You didn't even give me doggone. You didn't even. Man, come on, man. I mean,
man, but anyway, back to the thing. They can make money.
No, you're not meeting me halfway. You're not meeting me halfway. What's the name? WCW, not W. Well, I'm going with NWA. Jim Crockett had. He had.
I hate to say it here. I hate to say it. WCW and NWA's promotion with them. That was a joke, man.
Man, I don't care if you say. I don't care if you. You can say it was a joke or whatever. But both wrestling companies was bigger back then. They was bigger than what wrestling is now. It was bigger. So it doesn't matter. Yeah, I know that compared to the landscape that you're looking at it now is a joke. You can say it's a joke, and plus, like I say, because of the forbidden door angle that we can have with WWE and New Japan, that makes it more intriguing. But wrestling, New Japan Pro Wrestling and NWA Crockett was so big back then. When Ric Flair, anytime Flair went over there, Stan Hansen, Road Warriors or whatever, why in the world do you think they drew such big numbers? And like I say, New Japan, even though New Japan and even what was the one that Baba ran, All Japan. Neither one of them needed them guys over there because they already was making so much money. But the Americans that came over there from the NWA and the AWA made them so much more money. And they ran some shows together that made a lot of money.
Well, so, now I will say this to your point. Now I will say this. Somebody said, and Hill said WCW New Japan was the best business relationship ever. But to your point, Harry,
it was.
Now I will say this. They did draw a lot of money and draw a lot of attention because somebody said on an interview that the Road Warriors literally were walking through the airport.
Yeah.
They got swarmed.
Oh, yeah.
They got swarmed. And then they said a few hours later, while they were trying to fight through the crowd, they literally said Michael Jackson showed up at the airport and didn't nobody give a damn about Michael Jackson.
Oh, wow.
And the Road Warriors still trying to fight through the crowd. And Michael Jackson walking through the same airport with the Road Warriors. Everybody was like, okay, hey, Mike, fuck you. This is Road Warriors.
George Soft even drew money over there. George Soft went over there. George Soft, Chris.
Well, that's crazy.
He used to go on 3-6 week tours on Japan and drew a bunch of money. But that's how
let me and you go over there, but see if we can get some nickels or some dimes or something.
I don't think so, but no, we got 2 fans over there. According to our statistics. Let's see, and we've had them come on the show and talking. So look, man, I'm just saying it was a big thing, especially right before WCW let Jim Herd get a hold of it. It was a big thing. Hill Carmichael is correct. WCW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, that was a big thing, especially when Crockett had it. It was big, Chris.
But something about when WCW got it and they did that. WCW Super Show New Japan.
That's what I'm saying.
I was like, what is this?
Barnett and all them, they didn't know what they was doing. They ruined it.
It
didn't matter no more. It didn't matter no more. And that's what you're going back to. You going back to that era. You looking at that. But no, they had an awesome relationship. So I'm just saying, but they knew better than to try this thing week after week. But the whole thing about it is those American wrestlers could go over there from NWA, Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, and the other areas of NWA and they made bukus of money, man. If they got into a financial bind, go over to Japan. All right, man. We're going to roll out of here, and we are going to come back. Chris, what time is it? Because my tablet died. We're going to come back back into you guys with NXT. Dynamite. So appreciate everybody watching us, man. If you just joined us, man, hit that like, share, join. If you're on Facebook, YouTube, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Ding, ding, ding. So you know when we're coming on, just like times like these. If you're on Twitch, do the same thing. And if you're on Twitter, like, share, tweet, and retweet. We appreciate every one of you guys, man. Stay straight up. Me and Chris, we out of here. Check us out. We coming right back at you with NXT.
Back over. We switch right back over.
Peace.
NXT.
Exactly.